Savannah and the Low Country. You're watching WJCL 22 Morning News, the one to watch.
Who's going to stop this data center from coming?
This morning, frustration is growing in Effingham County. That's over a $20 billion data center. We're going to hear from residents who say they were left in the dark and why now they're pushing back. And some Bulloch County property owners, they could soon get a break on their taxes, why the school board is proposing a full rollback of its millage rate. Plus, the race to replace Senator Lindsey Graham is taking shape. We're going to break down the Republican contenders and hear why Democrat Annie Andrews says voters are focused on more than just politics. But first, let's see what it looks like outside this morning. Things moving along very nicely there in Bulloch County as we look live at I-16. And thanks so much for starting your Friday morning with us here at WJCL. Good morning. I'm Lydia Blackstone. Let's bring in meteorologist Jonathan Myers. And John, warm temperatures again today. Any chance for rain in this afternoon to cool us down?
Yeah, that'd be nice, right? To get a little cool down.
Not really.
It just ups the humidity, Lydia.
I know.
That's normally what happens. But yeah, plenty of heat and humidity again today. And yes, there will be chances for some showers and thunderstorms. Definitely a greater chance than what we had yesterday. Just about everyone did not see any rain yesterday. This morning starting out close to 80 for a lot of us, 96 for highs. That real feel maybe up to 105 today. And then there will be showers and thunderstorms after 2 o'clock into the evening. And I was just looking at the models. The best chance will be from Savannah northward. So if you live south of Savannah, less chances of rain, especially the low country. Probably will see some showers and storms. And with all the heat and humidity around, some of those thunderstorms later today could be strong, maybe with some gusty winds. Umbrella needed at times this weekend, but this weekend will not be a washout. Just scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, and the heat builds right back into our area once again by next week. You can see all the rain this morning as well to our north. I'll track out those chances of rain. We'll time it out for the weekend and also tracking the tropics in less than 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, John. Well, this morning there's continued controversy growing in Effingham County. It's all surrounding OpenAI's proposed $20 billion data center. And Thursday night's meeting, it gave neighbors there a chance to ask questions about the project. But many say their biggest frustration is that they feel that they were left out of the conversation before the development moved forward.
I'm a little bit frustrated because there seems to be a lot of circular discussion. When I ask a question, instead of answering that question, I get rerouted.
Who is going to stop this data center from coming?
Now outside, a crowd protested the proposed data center out there. You can hear them chanting. They held signs, chanted against the project, raising concerns about water use as well as growth and pace of the announcement.
I, quite frankly, was shocked at how quickly this seemed to happen without anybody, talking about it, being asked any questions.
We feel betrayed by this.
Neighbors told WJCL 22 News they didn't learn about the project until Wednesday's announcement, and they say they feel they should have been included sooner. Now, coming up in our next half hour of news, we are inside the OpenAI data center meeting, what county leaders said, and why some residents, they still have concerns.
When is enough enough? When are we going to stop the foolishness?
New this morning, Chatham County Sheriff Richard Coleman is speaking out after a violent fight was caught on camera and also shared on social media. The sheriff sharing his message via Facebook Live on Thursday afternoon. Coleman says the video shows a young woman being brutally attacked in the Herbert Caton Homes community. That's located near Gwinnett Street and MLK Jr. Boulevard.
Some young lady comes and jumps on her back, knocks her to the ground. You got grown people sitting around, men just letting it happen. Then you had young men punching the young lady. One young lady kicks her while she's apparently or appears to be unconscious on the ground.
Coleman says his office is investigating the incident and thanked community members who sent investigators that video. He also encouraged anyone with any additional information to contact the Chatham County Sheriff's Office. New this morning, property owners in Bulloch County could see some tax relief next year. The Bulloch County Board of Education has voted to tentatively lower its maintenance and operations millage rate from 10.4 to 10.125 mils for 2026. If approved next month, the rollback would fully offset this year's increase in property values under Georgia law. Now, the board is expected to take its final vote on the proposed rate during its August 13th meeting. And staying in Bulloch County, that's where an 80-acre brush fire is now fully contained. Crews spent hours battling the flames near Brooklet on Wednesday. Officials say no homes were damaged and no injuries were reported. To commitment news now, South Carolina will hold a special Republican primary. That's all to select a new candidate for U.S. Senate following the death of the late Lindsey Graham. Now, in Beaufort County, voters can cast their ballots at the main voter registration office. That's in Beaufort, the Bluffton Library, USCB Hilton Head Island, or the St. Helena Library. The special Republican primary, it will be on August 11th. Early voting will take place on August 5th through the 7th. From 8:30 to 5 p.m. at county locations. The absentee ballot deadline is on July 31st. And as the U.S. Senate special primary candidate list grows, the Democratic nominee, Dr. Annie Andrews, laid out her vision to our sister station in Greenville. Dr. Annie Andrews says that with the sudden death of Senator Lindsey Graham, it changes the Republican field, but not the issues that she's hearing from voters. The Lowcountry pediatrician says her campaign remains focused on lowering the cost of gas, rent, health care, and finding solutions for South Carolina families. Andrews expects next month Republican special primary to be divisive, but says that South Carolinians she's met are more concerned with the cost of living than political infighting.
I've been running this campaign for over a year, talking to voters in every corner of the state of South Carolina about what their concerns are. And those concerns didn't change just because my opponent has changed. Who I'm running for didn't change just because who I'm running against has changed.
Now, in response to the interview, South Carolina Republican Party Chairman Drew McKissick said that, quote, Annie Andrews is the perfect example of today's Democratic Party. She believes that abortion is health care, supports radical gun control on law-abiding citizens, and she believes it's okay to perform so-called sex change operations on children. South Carolina voters haven't elected a Democrat to the U.S. Senate since 1998. Now, turning to that Republican playing field, the White House making its endorsement clear for Senator Darlene Graham, the sister of late Senator Lindsey Graham. Now, Graham, the Congressman Ralph Norman, and Russell Fry, as well as former South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford, they've all announced their intentions to run for the Republican nomination after the sudden passing of Lindsey Graham. The candidates who have already filed are Mark Lynch, Duke Buckner, Samuel Shepard, and Clark Nielsen, along with Mark McBride.
The president met with Darlene and thought she will be a great representative for the great people of South Carolina and will carry on her brother's legacy of public service in that beautiful state. So the president is fully supportive of Darlene in her honorable decision to run and, again, to continue her brother's legacy.
The winner for that Republican nomination will then face Dr. Annie Andrews in November. Right now, a Savannah man is hurt after an officer-involved shooting in Appling County. The GBI is investigating this morning. Investigators say 37-year-old Tarek Griggs was shot after a police pursuit along Highway 341. Authorities say the pursuit started after a vehicle connected to a reported kidnapping in Hinesville was spotted. The GBI says Griggs ran from the vehicle, reached toward his waistband, and was shot by Georgia State Patrol troopers. Now, Griggs was taken to the hospital and is listed in stable condition this morning. An investigation is ongoing. Time check for you. It is 5:38 on your Friday morning. And still to come, a combat medic veteran is being called a hero after a crash trapped a man and his son. We're going to show you how he sprang into action when we return. Plus, a hit Apple TV drama is getting one last season, and comedian musician Weird Al is back in the spotlight. We're going to hear why he has turned down a seven-figure payday in an all-new Hollywood Minute.
Live look downtown Savannah, hazy skies as we start the morning. It is warm and muggy. Temperature starting off near 80 degrees. Get ready for another hot one and also tracking out chances for some thunderstorms this weekend. Those details are next. And to keep all that certified most accurate forecast today and all through the weekend, just download our WJCL 22 News app.
Your news, weather, and Savannah's hip hop and throwback on G100.